Oh, TJ Hockensen. Let this be the end of Irv Smith, please. Can't stay healthy and can't not suck. It was nice knowing you. Not. You know, he got issues when Munt is your best tight end. Let's start with my call of the week. When the Vikings went up 14-3, I immediately wrote down, bring on the collapse. Because you know what's going to happen. Anytime they take more than a 10-point lead, immediately, boom, let's give it all back. Boom! And, you know, within a few minutes, it was 17-14.
17-14.
Because we got to have that collapse inside 2 minutes of the first half, don't we? We got to have Greg Joseph get the award for a ground ball double play kick right up the middle. Hits the guy, I think, in his schnutz.
You'd be lifting up your schnutz to tie your shoes.
It was so low. Like the worst kick I've ever seen. It's like, you can miss. Okay, you can miss a 55-plus yard field goal as long as you put an effort in. But it's just pathetic, this guy. He sucks so bad. But anyway, we had our collapse. Then we went up 28-17. We got the mojo back. Then we collapse again. And then we get the ball back with the lead at the end, and we do the Mike Zimmer prevent offense where we just try to run the ball, hope they use their timeouts, and then give them the ball back. And of course, we score to go up by 9, right? Oh, but Greg Joseph can't make an extra point when it counts. What's new? But Greg Joseph is like Irv Smith. He's just going to eventually figure it out. We just need to give him time. Shut up, you Minnesota nice idiots. Shut up. That is not how the world works. How long did it take Justin Jefferson to figure it out? What, week 3 of his rookie year, he was already a superstar? Oh, it's not going to be good. Oh, George Jefferson! Oh, he's feeling wheezy. How long did it take Dan Marino? How long did it take Brett Favre? How long did it take Adrian Peterson? How long did it take Walter Payton? Morton Anderson? Matt Prater? Justin Tucker? How long did it take anybody who's any good to figure it out? Doesn't take you 3-4 years to figure it out. You have it or you don't. Get rid of Greg Joseph and get rid of Irv Smith. Why am I so angry? They're 6-1. What is wrong with me? Can somebody point me to a therapist, please? I need one. But really the key thing that I see keeping the Vikings from contending for a championship is Greg Joseph. Like, you look at really good teams, they have a kicker who can be reliable. Look at me living in New England. That first Super Bowl the Patriots won, they won it on an Adam Vinatieri kick. Everybody's like, oh, Tom Brady drove him down. Well, Adam Vinatieri, I think it was like a 45, 47-yard kick. It wasn't a chip shot, and it just down the middle, down Broadway, no doubt about it. And then there was, I think, another Super Bowl, maybe their second Super Bowl, was it? I think it was against Carolina, where he had another like 40-plus yard field goal, and it's just on the screws. And you compare him to like Mike Vanderjagt, who was the Colts kicker when Peyton Manning was there. And Vanderjagt would be perfect. And then a kick would mean something. It's like, boom, wide right or off the upright or whatever. Some guys have it and some guys don't. Greg Joseph does not have it. Last year against this same team, the Cardinals, wide right. You can never trust him, just as you could never trust Blair Walsh after he missed that kick against Seattle in the playoffs. Get rid of it. It doesn't matter who you replace him with. You know what you have will not succeed. You know that. Get rid of him. Should have got rid of him before the season. Why didn't we? Should have got rid of Irv Smith. Why didn't we? We are 6-1, right? What is wrong with me? That play calling at the end. Just that's the other thing that I think holds us back from winning a Super Bowl is the way, what's his name? Jerry O'Connell calls plays late in games. We get up, we have a lead, and we just decide, well, we want them to use their timeouts. They're expecting you to run right up the middle. If you actually try to get a first down, you're probably going to get one. You end the game, and your defense doesn't have to go back out there and potentially screw you. So I see the kicking and the late game play calling holding us back. And the third thing I see holding us back is just the complete breakdowns in defensive execution. You know, people complain about Ed Donatel and his scheme. You look at that. I think they were up 28-17 in the second half, and they just let this like pipsqueak, Darren Sproles wannabe, don't know his name, not going to look it up, for the Cardinals. There were 2 plays where the guy nobody wanted to tackle him. It's like you got like 5 defenders surrounding him. How did this happen? This has nothing to do with them being too good. It's not a one-handed catch by some guy on the other team that you tip your cap to him. It's just us being terrible for a drive. Just giving them a touchdown after we took control of the game. You can't win Super Bowls when you do that. And we do that all the time, every game. Every time we get a 10-plus point lead, we do that. Are we sick? We are 6-1, right? What is wrong with me? Oh, can I say anything nice? Zadarius Smith. That's the one thing I predicted at the start of the season. Top 10 reasons Vikings win the Super Bowl. Number 1 was Zadarius Smith. I mean, watching him play for the Packers, the guy just has a motor. And he brings fire. And that's what this team, I think, a lot of times is lacked. That fire also shows up in us getting more turnovers. There's more of this aggressive mentality on this defense. That's what I think has helped us this year. Cousins is playing different this year. He's still Cousins on some level. He still does things that Cousins does. Still likes to check down on 3rd and 10 or more all the time. He's more willing to run with the ball. That touchdown run was pretty awesome. So he takes charge more. He's more in command. Again, more aggressive than I think we've seen him in the past. So there are reasons we look at this team why they're 6-1 as opposed to 2-5 or whatever they could be. But they need to improve in certain areas to be able to beat a team like Buffalo. Anyway, our awards for this week, the Scooby-Doo Award, that goes to Adam Thielen, the kind of scurrying around like Scooby and Shaggy, when they're trying to run away from somebody. It had that kind of look to it. Almost a Taysom Hill vibe, although less douchey. The Moab sighting, that was late in the first half when Vikings are up, and let's collapse and let the Cardinals get back into the game. The Moast, that's the mother of all horse tackling, that goes to the Vikings on that drive in the third when they were up 28-17. They just let this guy just run right through him on 2 plays. Pretty pathetic. The Harrison Smith Award for having no ability to make an open field tackle. That goes to Harrison Smith. Now, we saw this last year against the Cardinals. Would Harrison Smith make the tackle? No, of course not. Of course not.
If you said so, then you made the right call.
This year it was that guy, I don't know his name, not going to look it up, who he missed and knocked Kendricks away. The Invisible Man Award, that also goes to Harrison Smith, who I think was invisible on this play, knocked Eric Kendricks away. That's the only way I can explain what happened to Kendricks. Kendricks should have been easily able to tackle this guy, and I don't know, something knocked him out. The Patrick Peterson Award for piss poor effort, that goes to Patrick Peterson on that same play. I don't know what he's doing, just as usual, like, I'll grab the guy's undershirt, and that'll bring him down. The Spud Webb Award for an amazing vertical leap, that goes to Patrick Peterson. It was a 3rd down pass. I think it was the 3rd quarter. Murray threw it up, and Patrick Peterson, I think you could measure his vertical leap in millimeters. I think Munt could have intercepted that pass. He could have gotten enough elevation to intercept that pass, but not Patrick Peterson. So congratulations, Patrick Peterson, for winning that award, that amazing 2-millimeter vertical leap. Summer of George defense, that seems to always be on Justin Jefferson. It seems like every week there's a play where they just don't cover Justin Jefferson on a key play and he gets a big play out of it. It's just like, we have nobody else who's a threat. Just cover him. The Irv Smith Award for being so unbelievably slow and so terrible that you couldn't break a tackle if your life depended on it. 2 candidates this week. Dalvin Cook, of course, he was a candidate. Didn't quite win it, though. That's got to go to Irv Smith on that 3rd down dump off. Where, just every step he takes, it looks like he's running in quicksand. This guy sucks. Get rid of him. And the Dwayne Rudd Award for an idiot who will cost us a game at some point in this year in a key moment. That goes to Cam Dantzler. There was this play, I think DeAndre Hopkins just ran right by him and Dantzler just let him go. And there was a big, huge play. And it's just like, oh, I'm sure they were playing some sort of zone, but it's like Troy Aikman said, when you're playing zone, somebody comes into your area, you got to pick them up.
Zone coverage and the linebackers, they just lose Cooper Kupp. You're in the underneath coverage as a linebacker and someone comes into your area, you got to go pick them up. You don't just stand there where nobody is.
Like if the best player on their team is near you, you stick with them. But no, just let him go. And I see that. I see Dantzler just not being very bright. Vikings are 6-1 going into Washington, but it's a tough stretch in their schedule. So hopefully they can beat Washington, get to 7-1. I can be slightly less miserable, and then we can have that big matchup against the Bills where they can hopefully do better than they did that last time they played the Bills.
Anthony Barr wants no part of Josh Allen.
Yeah, we remember what happened. Thanks. Bye. I'd like to also note that I had a comedy show scheduled on Tuesday, and I went to the show, and of course the show was canceled because not enough people showed up. One of my subscribers was there, and we met, and it's a picture I took of him there. It's nice to meet him. It was near Halloween. I was like, oh, nice costume, and he's like, what costume. So, Pratik, thanks for coming on. Hopefully I pronounced your name right.